Here is the gold trade recap that I took on the 29th of December on Monday. And so not only was I looking at the news that China was putting silver imports, you can see right here, this was the big news on the over the weekend, which is why I knew the FOMO would have been high on silver, on gold, on metals. That's why I knew that there would be high volatilities. And I can see that gold, not only does it take out this all-time high, well, that's irrelevant, but we can see that gold is in the -2 to -2.5 area. So that is a sign of retracement slash reversal. Expecting price to do something here, right? Gold fails to take out previous day's high, which creates an SMT at the top. With silver, I'm looking for trade. So I go to the lower time frame once we have this SMT. The wick is being formed with an Asia session at market open. We have this SMT in this gap after the daily and weekly open. From that reversal area, we can also draw a new standard deviation tool on the lower time frame, being the 4-hour time frame, and you can look to target the -4 standard deviation section. You could partial in the -2 and -2.5 area, and then leave your rest of the runners at -4. T levels on the left hand side. So what do we have here? We have equal lows down here. If you don't use change of state deliveries, you have your BOS right here. Once this happens, what I can see is that we have a bearish fair value gap right here. Price retaps into it and continues the sell-off move to the downside, to the -4. Huge move. In this area, we have a SMT with the previous candle, the 5 and 6 a.m. candle. In this move, I will head over to the 5-minute time frame because I am trading from a 1-hour fair value gap. SD on the 5-minute right here. From there, I will look to enter on this fair value gap. The stops being at the protected high, being at this SMT high. The first TP that some people can have is just at this internal daily low. But since I had a higher time frame target being on the daily time frame and on the 4-hour time frame, I really let my trade run even after partialing at the -2 area. I partialed at -2 and I let it run to my higher time from drawn liquidity here. So this was in total a 20 RR trade. And again, you could have added during the London session, right? And then you can enter right at, and then again, continue with the move, right? This is again another continuation trade, and that's how you can catch more of a trade, right? So another 10 RR, 30 RR total on this trade. Clock on silver. Again, I didn't even know this happened, but it's so obvious that it happened. You have an SMT here at those highs. Gold does. So this, again, that's why the trade I just showed you is a valid entry because of that SMT. This is why if you don't trade pre-London, if you want to stick to your rules, etc., right, you would trade London session. From London session, you can take this trade and still catch a 10 RR trade.